So, hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for episode number 12, I believe, of our FIFA 18 Wimbledon Road to Glory career mode here. Now, today, as you can see, it is time to finish off the transfer window. We've been so busy in it already, and you can see the rest of the world has been very busy in it as well, down there at the bottom of the screen. We've done so much and so much really savvy business, as you guys seem to like from the last episode, so I really appreciate the support so far on this series. You guys really seeming to enjoy. We've also got a lot of action going on in the league at the moment, currently in second place in the league, just 3 points behind, or no, sorry, 6 points even behind Blackburn, with a game in hand that we'll be playing against Bradford in the first game of the episode, and I'll show you the rest of the games in this one as well. As you can see, Bradford there right at the end of January. Also got games against Rotherham and Northampton coming up in this episode, and also Plymouth too. But obviously, given we are exiting January of 2018, we've got to get through deadline day 2. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I know I talked a little bit about maybe bringing in another pre-contract agreement player at the end of the window. I'm quite doubtful it's going to happen unless we sell another fringe player on, but at the moment nobody else is for sale. So just because I want to actually build up some sort of youth academy, and talking about youth academies, we're going to set up our scouting right now. We've got Liam Kelly from England. We sent him to England in his first set of scouting and he didn't really return all that much. So we're going to send him to Scotland this time. And then Pekko Kuikkanen, as I've been told it's pronounced, he's going to his home nation of Finland to do a bit of scouting there for 6 months. I think we have the money to do that. Yes, indeed we do. Time to talk player of the episode though, and you guys voted that it would be this man here, Andre Dozzell, who won player of the episode last time out. So for the second time in a row, a central midfielder wins this award. Andre was absolutely astonishing in the last episode, scoring 2 goals in the first game, I believe, of the episode, and then also scoring in the sim as well. So 3 goals in the last video means that he is a very, very deserving winner of the accolade, and hence we'll play every single game of today's episode, starting with that game against Bradford. And finally, before we get into any game action of today's episode, just going to take you through a little bit of training here. We've changed things up quite a lot actually. Lorenzo Visser, who was so good last episode, is removed from training, and so is Nzuzi Toko. Aaron Bolger, the new man in from the Irish League, is getting 2 training drills. Morgan Shaw from the Youth Academy, and also Anthony Hartigan getting trained. And we're continuing to train Joel Azoro on his stamina, because once again, if we're going to be playing him week in, week out, that is going to have to be better than it is right now. Time though now for a little bit of gameplay in this one. We're away from home against Bradford City in this one, and really going into it, it's shown why this squad is really crying out for some depth in the form of Youth Academy players. We managed to haggle a squad together. It isn't, I mean, it looks on paper like quite a good one, but in terms of stamina, we're really going to be struggling. League 1 settings then once again. I calculated we've got 17 games of the league season to go. Sounds like quite a lot, and it is. But in reality, we could actually get that done in the space of 4 episodes, because we're out of all the cup competitions. Yeah, we are literally focusing on just league activity, and it means that there isn't, even though there's a whole lot of games left of the season, there probably isn't that much in the way of episodes left. And Nzuzi Toko bursting through there. That's Lyle Taylor. Back into Nzuzi Toko again with the finesse effort. Not a bad effort as well. Back over to Kubillos, but a lovely challenge there from Florence. Florence on the way over again, and Florence once again wins it. That's the second time he's done that so far in this game. Kubillos there, and once again, Florence deals with it. He has been really good over on that left-hand side. Man, he is killing it at the moment. And we've got a chance here to counter now as well. Kwesi Appiah once again into Azoro, is finding acres of space. Joel Azoro with the curling effort, and it deflects off Andre Dozzell. That's surely a foul on the attacker, but it's played out wide nonetheless here to Kubillos. Ball in, cleared by Florence. Great defensive play from him once again, and managed to pick out Kwesi Appiah on the edge of the area. And now we can try and break here with Andre Dozzell. Going to try and clip that over the top, and he has done successfully here into Lyle Taylor, and he's missed the target. Oh man, that's a huge chance. That absolutely should have been a goal. How on earth that hasn't ended in the back of the net, I don't know. Lyle Taylor's goal scoring record's been a lot better of recent, but that was a very poor miss. This though is Andre Dozzell with the long shot, and saved by Doyle. Nice little turn here from Harry Forrester. Can he cut back again? He can put a ball in, and it's into Kwesi Appiah, who hits the post. Big chance again. Forrester once again on the ball, trying to swing it in. This time it goes out for a corner. Oh, Quasiapaya, that was a huge opportunity and he knows it. Oh my god, that's even worse than the Lyle Taylor miss. That is such a bad miss. I know it's on the volley. I can't even use that as an excuse. Apaya scored a top bins volley a couple of episodes ago. Lyle Taylor, now Azoro back in towards Lyle Taylor again. Azoro under pressure. Now Quasiapaya, still Quasiapaya and saved by Doyle. Oh my word, when are we going to get this goal? Surely it's coming. Still Azoro, Dozzell now turning. Still Dozzell, trying to find Lyle Taylor, trying to just push it through into the back of the net, and somehow the goalkeeper has dealt with it. Come on, we're knocking on the door now. Dozzell, that's through to Lyle Taylor, and again it is saved by the goalkeeper. Toko does find Parrott at the second opportunity. Dozzell, Lyle Taylor, through now to Dean Parrott. Can he pick out Quasiapaya? He can! We've finally broken Bradford down right at the end. Oh my word. It is finally done. It's third time lucky for Quasiapaya. He couldn't have missed from there. He almost did. It was almost blocked by Kilgallen, and Bradford are denied a point. It would have been a well-earned point given how they've defended so well. The goalkeeper's been brilliant, but we do deserve this 100%. And look at the amount of players Bradford are going to charge forward here. This is going to be absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry, we've worked very hard for this victory and I'm not letting it slip now. A quick little journey up front ends in nothing, but we do at least grab the win. 3 points there. And it was, Jesus Christ, was that hard earned. Well, Colin Doyle was phenomenal for Bradford, but we did just about manage to break him down with the help of Quasiapaya. It was third time lucky for him in terms of big chances in the game, but he got a 9.3 rating. Andre Dozzell, Nzuzi Toko, Dean Parrott also impressive in that one. Obviously, worth noting, Parrott came off the bench to get that 8.2 rating. Alright, I mean, it's deadline day, ladies and gentlemen. We might end up doing a loan signing, but I doubt we're actually going to make a proper signing, just because I do want to invest in the future. We have spent £37,000 in the space of this transfer window. £37,000, but just deep that for a second. We have spent £37,000 in this transfer window and gained 600k. Yet in my opinion, it's actually been an extremely positive transfer window overall. If anyone's interested in the top deals of this transfer window, you've got Marco Asensio moving to Manchester City for £91.1 million. Mauro Icardi has joined Barca for almost £90 million, and Sergio Roberto has gone to West Brom, of all places, for 30 mil. So there's been a lot of money spent in this transfer window. So deadline day is done. You might have seen a little glimpse of it there, but Anthony Martial joined Borussia Dortmund from United. That was the only real thing that happened. As you can see though there, I've just skipped off it, but Player of the Month once again won by Andre Dozzell. That's the second time he's won it, and it might be the second time he's won it in a row. Time for game 2 though of this episode now, and we're away from home once again, this time up against playoff candidates Rotherham, who currently find themselves 6th. Lorenzo Visser is into the side to replace Harry Forrester, who was a little bit wasteful in that last game, so another chance for the 16-year-old. Toby Sibic is also in as a youngster to replace a very tired Florence, and you can also see that George Long and Da Silva Lopez have joined the 70 gang, along with Deji Oshalaja. They have gone up because we're now moving into a new month, being February. Da Silva Lopez, Joel Azoro's in some space, and Joel Azoro hits it first time, but it was a bit of a P-roller. Should have done a lot better there with the chance. Dean Parrott there loses the ball, but Lorenzo Visser does well to steal it back. Then the back heel from him. Visser once again, blocks though by the defender. I really like Lorenzo Visser. I'm not going to lie to you. I really like him. I haven't seen whether he's that good defensively. Da Silva Lopez there has just proved that he works very hard, going backwards as well as going forwards. I haven't really noticed that with Visser, either good or bad. Back to Emmanuel again. Da Silva Lopez there, once again trying. Sibic there. Sells himself a little bit short. Visser's going to have to come across and defend. He doesn't, but George Long is there to deny the Rotherham attacker, Newell, with an absolutely outrageous stop. One-handed. And then Visser going to try and clip that over the top to Lyle Taylor, and he's done it successfully, but Lyle Taylor's First touch is appalling. Taylor, though, does almost win it back. Once again, some good play, but just very much lacking quality in that final third. Taylor and Azoro haven't been great, if I'm honest with you, in this episode so far. Right, we need more from our front two in this second half, because I've not seen really anything from either of them so far in this episode. Usually we've seen at least a goal by now, or at least an assist from one of them, usually Lyle Taylor. Now here's Dean Parrott. This might be an opportunity, actually, here to counter, because Rotherham have got quite a few players forward. This is Dolla looking for the run through to Lyle Taylor, and he's found Lyle Taylor in space, and Lyle Taylor does convert. He's done the job this time. Oh man, it was needed. We were under massive pressure. Lyle Taylor was under pressure as well, but he does get the job done, opens his body up and finesses it past the goalkeeper after the perfectly timed through ball from Dolla. It's a nice, calm and composed finish actually from Lyle Taylor there with his right foot. What on earth has happened there? I hope I left that unedited because I don't know what's just happened. Sibic hasn't got to his man. Thankfully, Toko is there for cover. Right, here's ball. The ball out wide here towards Ford. Can Sibic deal with it? No, he's been turned. It's towards the back post. Visser does deal with it though. Fair play to the Dutchman. Ball. Oh, Newell now. Cut back for ball again, but it's straight into the grateful hands of George Long. Potter, Bolger tries to come across. Really good ball into Taylor. Very well intercepted there by one of our defenders. Not overly sure who it was, but whoever it was, fair play. Trotter here. Forrester's going to play that down the line now for Toko. This is Danger Town for Rotherham. It's Nzuzi Toko, but he puts it wide. Oh, they've got a good bit of passing play going on here. That's Towell. That's now through to Taylor, but he goes. I mean, arguably, forced to say about a long, it could be the right option, but in my eyes, that's the wrong option. There was men in the middle there, especially at the back post. Rotherham's goalkeeper is forward again. Got to try and grind out yet another 1-0 victory here. Bolger's cleared it away very well indeed. One more chance then for Rotherham after the foul here from Aaron Bolger. It is tense once again. We scored in the last minute last time. Can the AI do the same against us? It's into Ngweke, and it is just about dealt with by George Long, who will pump it clear, and that will be the end of that. It is yet another grounded out 1-0 victory. We're not necessarily performing very well, but we're still getting the results overall, and that is what counts. Your man of the match, we've said it quite a few times recently, but it was Andre Dolla, despite being substituted. So a second bit of training then in today's episode, and as you can see, it hasn't changed from the first lot. Bolger, Azoro, Shaw, and Hartigan still the men being trained, and Aaron Bolger has gone up by an overall. He is now 59 rated, so good stuff from him. The main man I really want to grow is that Morgan Shaw kid, because he's got good potential. It's around about 80 to 85, so I want him to be of a good overall that he can make a difference when he gets out of the youth academy. So it's time for your simmed game of today's episode, and we're playing Northampton at home. Once again, playing another sim game at home. It makes sense, you tend to do better. Our side is actually a good League One side. You compare it to a lot of the teams in our league, and it is actually very good, although some people will say we're overachieving. It is actually a very good team, and you can tell because we win so many sim games. We're winning this one as well. Lyle Taylor gives us the lead, and Dean Parrott doubles that lead just after Joe Pigott comes on for Azoro. So with 10 minutes to go, we're under very little pressure, and we take out another 3 points. Cashing in another win then in the league. That's 3 in a row in this episode. Well, let's see whether we can make it a perfect one against Plymouth. And speaking of that game against Plymouth, here we are then for the final game of this one. And as you can see, the side is slightly changed for yet another away game. De Silva Lopez and Toko are back in after getting rested in that sim game. We're in a very good position. Look at that, we're just 1 point off Blackburn now, and 11 points clear of third place. It's definitely a two-horse race, I feel, now in terms of the title. Trotter and Dolla there with a nice little 1-2, and here is Andre Dolla. Still Andre Dolla with the long shot, and this time it wasn't blocked, but it was this time denied by the palm of the Plymouth goalkeeper. This is Liam Trotter. Lovely little turn there from Liam Trotter, and it cannons off the crossbar. I've been talking about long shots. This, though, is De Silva Lopez with the curler, and it's just past the post. But that was almost unbelievable. Oshalaja with a lovely interception. Really impressed with him this season, just generally speaking. Him and Andre Dolla, probably the standout performers. Into Azoro, another one of those. Still Joel Azoro with the curling effort! And oh, what a finish that is from Joel Azoro. Absolute peach of a goal from the Swede. Oh, he's back in full form, is Joel Azoro. He's used the Plymouth defender to curl it round him. That is an absolute... what an angle as well for that goal. Beautiful stuff from Joel Azoro. Oh, hello. Greg Wild has gone past Darius Charles there. Goes for the shot, but from a stupid angle. Like, why are you trying that? This is a very familiar scoreline in this episode, especially away from home. We're 1-0 up again. I would ideally like this, not every single game in the episode to end the same scoreline, but I suppose I'll take the 3 points at this point. Greg Wild there with a lovely turn, and again from Greg Wild. Isn't that twice now in this episode where he's just had a shot from a stupid angle? He's actually on our shortlist. I was tempted to bring him in on a pre-contract, but based on this performance, I'm glad I didn't. Trotter there, trying to play that through towards Joel Azoro, but it's well read once again there by the Plymouth defender. Barry Fuller then wins it in the air. He's probably our best player aerially, which is surprising, because I swear he's bare small. Lovely cut back then afterwards as well. Taylor's got the run now being made by Harry Forrester. Harry Forrester cannons it off the crossbar. Venomous effort there from the right midfielder. And that is the second time we've hit the woodwork. Simon Church just breezes his way past a couple of defenders. Wild with the shot. It's a slightly less wild effort than the rest of them, but still off target. His teammates must be getting so annoyed at him by now. Right, Plymouth are starting to launch bodies forward and launch balls forward as well, but Bolger has intercepted there really nicely. Egli Kaiser is now in behind. Here is the young Albanian. He's got support in the centre. It's in the shape of Da Silva Lopez, but what on earth was that finish? I can confirm I was not holding LB, but he decided he was going to just, I don't quite know, but a lot of space there opened up for Kaiser. Plymouth still coming forward. That's a ball down the line there for Ainsworth, and it's off the crossbar somehow from Plymouth. How on earth they have missed that opportunity, I do not know. I was resigned to that heading into the back of the net, but it's somehow cannoned off the crossbar, and we've got so lucky. We are now coming forward here with Joel Azoro. That's Parrot who's going to try and clip it back into Joel Azoro again to end things, and emphatically does so. Joel Azoro ends it as a contest, and we win 2-0. I don't know how. Just 20 seconds ago, Plymouth hit the crossbar from point-blank range, and then an emphatic volley finish from Joel Azoro punishes them for the error of their ways. We've got away with one there, and we have somehow managed to not only keep another clean sheet, I don't know how we've done that, judging by the last 2 minutes of this game, but we've actually won another game. And that is the final action of it. A late Joel Azoro goal ties it up, but that was far from the story in its entirety. Joel Azoro was your man of the match, though. He grabs a 9.4, unsurprisingly, after grabbing a brace, and the only 2 goals in the game. Lyle Taylor with an 8.3, a lot more impressed by him in this game, and Dean Parrott as well with an 8.2. And Zuzi Toko and Barry Fuller was also very good. Props to the guy, man. I don't know how old he is, but he's definitely the veteran of this side. A lot of people wanted me to keep him just because he is that sort of that experienced figure, and he even performs well out on the pitch as well. 8.1, the best of the defenders. Taking a look at the table though, and it is healthy reading if you're a Wimbledon fan. Just 1 point behind what was seemingly rampant league leaders, Blackburn Rovers, and champions-elect, yet I mean, they haven't really even slipped up that much. It's just that we've been in an incredible run of form across January and now the majority of February, with this episode added on top. We're now an unbelievable 14 points clear of third-placed Portsmouth, so it looks as if our automatic promotion is basically sealed already. And for those who are interested in the bottom of the table, Walsall, Southend, Gillingham and Doncaster occupy the relegation places. Now in the background you'll be seeing the Hall of Fame, where all the records and accolades are kept for this series, and you can see a couple of new ones have been added, including best goal contribution. What that means is goals and assists combined across the series. Obviously it is likely to be a striker or someone that you see on the Hall of Fame anyway, but it's cool to get a grasp of who's best when it comes to both goals and assists in terms of contribution, not just one or the other. But in the top right of the screen you'll now be able to see a poll for the player of the episode in this one, and whoever you thought was the best player in today's video, vote for them, and whoever wins will play every single game of of the next one. There should be plenty of contenders actually, the likes of Lyle Taylor, Joel Azoro, and obviously Andre Dozzell, but also in terms of some of the defenders as well. We've seen some great performances from some of those guys too. Anyway, regardless of that though, that is it from me. If you have enjoyed the video, slap a like on it, and of course subscribe if you're new to the channel. It's the big red button under the video. You can also follow me on my various social medias these days. Instagram is @theofficialfng, and my Twitter is exactly the same. Links down below. Mix things up a little bit. Usually I say Twitter first, but went for Instagram today. Oh man. Anyway, enough of those shenanigans. It's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourselves. And goodbye.
Yo, Massappels.
I roll out with some monsters. Looks like your team and you watchers. I do not roll with imposters. Sound like the man in the Oscars. I'm drunk off Henny and Foster's. I have a career, I'm jobless. This bitch f me so hard, I might just end up unconscious. I like girls in lingerie, especially if it is crotchless. Bitch, I am the bigger picture. There is no way you can crop us.